So ardently did he crave creamy blues and gory reds that he ordered a contest across his realm. Today, I think, and here, the great Sigurd and his rainbow of war. On the move for cheese. Their excuse is more.
No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. The
Striking it rich!
Encyclopedia Demonium. I know it by heart.
Kaj Dinor. The brief history of sorcery still hasn't been returned. Celeron will have to pay yet another fine.
Demonology for dumbbells. Ah, I need something more advanced. Is there no new book to be discovered in this
Knight
library?
in see-through armor. Princess Buttercup with the blushing bottom. Stenteken. Esmeralda does have a propensity for all things.
You call to Ulgraf. He awaits your quip.
For dumbbells.
Ulgraf picks up a chipmunk and throws it at Medora, who dodges the fluttering fowl with a terrified scream. He is beside himself with mirth until she returns the favour with a vigorous kick of her boot to his hindquarters.
Tricks of the kids! This here is the greatest illusion!
What are you looking at me for? There's a great... Well, drawing a crowd's what I do best. 98, 99, 100. Looks like all's in order, Chief. So, ready for a bigger crowd than you can shake a stick at? Stand back and watch this.
My word! My word!
What is it this time? Katarina's given the go-ahead. Tell me when you're ready to begin, and I'll show you to your places. Ready for your trial by fire, you mean? There's no more savage foe than an audience, my dear. But I'm sure you'll do just fine. May the show... Not planning on playing to an empty audience, are you? Wait until I've gathered some victims to witness the spectacle.
You hear distant mutterings of curiosity as a small crowd shuffles toward your stage. A few moments longer, and everyone will be seated. Now, let's not be hasty. They may be dragging their feet, but your show is sure to knock the crowd's socks off. As soon as they settle into their seats, that is. The stage is yours.
Well, what's the hold-up?
If I wanted to wait around doing nothing, I'd get a job at court.
Oh, come on! We haven't got all day.
Oh, I hope there's an
The crowd
encore.
breaks into an approving chuckle. Continue, by all means.
Oh, I hope there's an encore.
Oh, I hope there's an encore!
Good show!
Good show.
Fantastic!
Is it too late to get me
Oh
going?
no, you're losing them. Much more of this and they may start chucking rotten foodstuffs.
Is that too late to get my gold back?
Boo!
The crowd's curiosity is piqued. Oh, do go on before they explode.
I hope there's an encore.
Good show.
I thought this was
Howling
supposed...
jeers assault your ears. You can't possibly be enjoying this.
Thought this was supposed to be entertaining.
The crowd has quite departed. Perhaps you should try your performance another time, when there's more of an audience around to hear it.
Today, I think, a king. The great Sigurd and his do, re, mi, fa, sol, la. It won't be the worst indignation.
Come on! Come on! Can't you hear the stage?
I wouldn't waste another minute on this trash.
Toe of snake, wing of worm, brew 'em, spice 'em, stir and churn.
A good day to you.
Liberté, equality, and brotherhood for all. Wilton.
Snake, wing of worm, brew 'em, spice 'em, stir and churn. Red and orange, yellow and green, the fine
I'll need to unlock this somehow.
Neither of you cares to plead for his very existence.
Join the stud club if you've got an eye for farm potatoes.
But if one were to reduce the quantity of skull dust by a percentage of 2, perhaps the stability could be increased by as much as 3-fold.
Oh, a source hunter. Imagine that. Quite a bit more petite than the last of your kind I encountered, aren't you? Yes, by nearly 20 centimeters of tibia, as my memory serves. But no matter. Even if it couldn't spare its heartiest specimen, I'm sure the Order sent the individual with the next highest probability of success. Yeah? Me? Why, I'm more than a little surprised you haven't heard of me. Perhaps I can jog your memory. It was I who cured the Duchess of Arata of her unslakable thirst. A simple pinch of atropa belladonna in her morning tea. I who discovered that aging itself can be halted by a single application of cicuta de glacie on the tongue. Not to mention that it's been my guidance that has permitted my apprentice Evelyn to make quite a name for herself around Sicile of late. Yes, yes. If that's how we're referring to the secretive use of a revolutionary healing method she refuses to share with her own master. She's in the other room as we speak. Perhaps you can prevail upon her to offer a demonstration. She's gotten hold of a stone, supposedly capable of fantastic feats of healing, but she won't let me take the briefest look at it. But she claims to have gotten the relic from a little northern town, Silverglen by name, and that an abbot there blessed it with the power. Utter rubbish, I say. But with these blasted undead haunting the travel routes, I can hardly march up to Silverglen to learn the truth myself. Certainly, what would you like to know? The counsellor. Terrible loss, that. Though we were hardly more than acquaintances, I knew him to be a devoted civil servant. From what I can tell, it seems to be a simple case of jealousy turned violent. The affairs of his wife, Esmeralda, were hardly a secret, you know. I've applied myself to that problem for 2 years and still haven't come a step closer to solving it.
So, which
I declare it an act of the Almighty's, if I believed in such things. Some events, Source Hunter, can be neither controlled nor understood by mere men. Well, she certainly possesses a critical eye and an exacting manner when it comes to making difficult medical decisions. I expect she'll be a very successful healer in her own right when the time comes. She is learning from the best, after all.
Healing stone. Interesting indeed.
Nothing sets me on edge like...
That relic of Evelyn's the so-called healing crystal. I've seen one like it before, and by the Patriarch's pockets. It's a relic of source. One look at that gem will be enough to convince me it's no force of good, but a bloodstone through and through.
For his very existence?
I've come across such a stone before. It may be capable of healing, as the good doctor describes, but its origins are as dark as midnight. Bloodstone is so named for a reason, you see. What starts as a pretty gem is corrupted by sick sorcerers who infuse it with the blood of the slain. If that stone is what I suspect, I wouldn't trust Sicile's so-called healers any more than I'd trust a pyromancer on a wooden boat.
The earth here seems to have been freshly fertilized and aerated. Obviously, someone has taken great care to maintain this gravesite. Are you sure you want to disturb it?
We most certainly will not. We'll respect this gravesite by leaving it be. I'd hate to see you ruin those lovely hands of yours with calluses and dirt.
All right, we'll do it your way.
You step away from the grave.
I give milk. I give wool. And what do I get in return? One way or another, they always try to fleece me.
I need a moment to reflect.
With each such display of empathy, I find myself drawn closer and closer to your kind soul.
Moo! Don't disturb Master Theliron now. He's been so busy with his research, the...
So, which of you is more deserving of life? Come, make your case. Excuse me? This is a private sick room. Who in the name of the Seven do you think you are barging in here? Out, I say, right this instant. Oh, I'm sorry. It's this task. I'm just... Who am I to meddle with life and death this way? I'm an apprentice of the healing arts. Healing! But this decision feels like precisely the opposite. I have but one healing stone, you see, and 2 direly wounded men who need it. I've been racking my brain trying to decide on the best method to settle this grave situation, but perhaps it's better off in the hands of an esteemed source hunter. Surely you are more accustomed to weighing life and death than I. What would you like to know? One of the brave few willing to traverse the trade routes plagued by the undead. A young man, but excellent in matters of business, before he fell victim to an orcish club in the north, that is. Thankfully for him, a cattle trader found him, nearly dead, but not quite so, and brought him here straight away. Quite the venerable staple of Sicile, Stephen, and recently blessed with his 3rd grandchild. He was leading a crew of builders when a stray beam struck him in the temple, and only a few days shy of his last day of work before retirement, no less. Nearly everyone in Sicile is familiar with Grinning Stephen, and, as you can imagine, he's quite dear to his family. Yes, a curious relic indeed. I got it from a kindly abbot, Loic by name, in the northern town of Silver Glen. He is of a certain faith, the Immaculates, they call themselves, that espouses the belief that certain stones can heal wounded flesh. I myself was nothing if not skeptical of his claims, but something happened as he handed me the stone. A small cut on my finger instantly healed, leaving no trace of the wound. Needless to say, I was astounded. But it's strange. The stone is only good for a single use at a time before it reverts to a useless, inert state. It takes time to regain its magical properties, and I guard it cautiously. Is that so? Well, I handled the corpse myself, indeed, but I hardly knew the man in life. I was shocked when Ahu asked me to come to the crime scene, but Theliron had taken ill, and the responsibility fell to me. I arrived at the inn, where the body lay just where it had fallen. The injuries were like nothing I'd ever seen. A single intricate laceration wove like lace around every inch of his skin. Neither a beginning nor an ending point were discernible. I examined the corpse and recorded what information I could. I personally delivered the corpse the short distance to the mortician's house. As far as I know, everything was, as far as a magical murder is concerned, quite normal. Don't dither long. Thank goodness the Source Hunter is here. I'm in desperate need of some insight.
Those men hardly sound long for this world. What's taking Tenderfoot so long?
What a relief to share the burden of this impossible task.
A tone soothing a corpse's troubled mind. Can't have gotten far.
Boris, Stephen, both good men. How can I choose but one?
A tone soothing a corpse's...
What do you think? Would you like to learn more about the patients before making a decision? You are? I thank you a million times for your help. Who have you decided should receive the healing stone?
There's no way Boris should receive that stone over Stephen. Think of Stephen's wife, his children, his grandchildren. Imagine the joy on his wife's face, his children's faces, when Stephen returns to them. Isn't that a scene you'd like to see?
A tone soothing a corpse's troubled mind. Can't have gotten far.
No, we'll do as I say.
Boris it is? Yes, I'll deliver the stone. I'm glad we'll get to save one man, but my heart breaks for the other.
I soon enough for the little party tricks.
No, no, this is highly abnormal. What is this? This lightning!
Got here first. I don't know what I did to deserve this, but I'm beyond grateful. I don't know what I did to deserve this, but I'm beyond grateful. I don't know what I did to deserve this.
Thank you. Thank you. That strange reaction you caused. Blue lightning from a healing stone. I've never seen anything like it. And the stone looks different now, too. Like it's devoid of life. I begin to wonder if its magical properties survived your little reaction.
Mind. I'm feeling stronger already. 1,000 thanks to you, my hero. I promise I won't waste the life you've given me. What will I do? What won't I do? Seeing how short life can be, how easily it can be taken from you. I'll see it all, do it all, and after I've climbed every mountain in Riverland, and smooched every girl who'll have me, I'll devote myself to learning the magic that saved me. Everyone deserves to feel the thrill of a renewed life. I'll see you around then. I'm liable to spring out of this bed at any minute.
Can't say I didn't want to live. Wanted it with every fiber of my heart. I'll just enjoy what remains of your life, will you? Never know when it'll be snatched out from under you.
I feel no pleasure in bidding you farewell.
She'll realize soon enough that her little party tricks hardly make her worthy of such a...
Welcome back, Source Hunters. I've been eagerly expecting you. You found another star stone, haven't you? Go on. Ask me how I know. Ha! Mere child's play when you know what to look for. And luckily, I do. Do you remember when you first arrived on this plane? When the dormant portal that led us to this hall sprang to life? It's happened again, my friend. Another portal has reignited. The end of time is growing by the stone. It's all connected somehow. You, this place, the void, the stones. Soon we'll have unraveled the whole truth. Oh, how I do love a good mystery. You don't imagine that I'd presume to explore it before you? No, that would be most unmannerly. And not to mention, well, No, I'm sure it's nothing. It's just that beyond the portal, I sense a presence that I can't quite account for. It is at once powerful and faint. Perhaps only a shadow, perhaps more. But this is only speculation, of course. Come, let me show you the way. Once you're through, you'll be able to report exactly what we're dealing with.
How might I serve our mission?
The tapestry of time.
In the drift, accept, ask, and I shall answer. If I can.
What a load of... Why is that Weaver lady giving me the eye?
I wonder who awaits.
What an impressive room.
So it is.
Deo
A hall
crime.
fit for kings.
Fore dua. Leos. You. It cannot be you. But it can only be you. The Guardians. Those I deceived. Those that deserted me. But oh, how weak you have become. As weak as you used to be strong. Look about you. You used to lead, and now you follow. Ignorant of your faults, and ignorant of your fate. That it has come to this. Woe to the world that it has come to this. He won't believe me, the fiend. But they have come, as I prayed they would. Could they save me yet?
Well, wouldn't you look fine with a strapping warrior at your side? Or is it mages you prefer? An eagle-eyed ranger? A stealthy pickpocket? Take your pick of my... Of course, Chief. But maybe you ought to get rid of some of your... old ones first.
dear.
Who do you think the creature in there was?
I haven't the foggiest. But the eerie bit is that she
Good to see you on the shelter plane. A home away from home, is it not? Most certainly. Like you, she is a mystery. But she seems to know you, doesn't she? Perhaps you'll meet her again and we'll learn more about her. Ah, yes, the Hall of Heroes. Once upon a time, great feasts were held there in honor of heroes graced by the gods themselves. In that room, mortals and immortals dined side by side. I can't think of a better place to gather new heroes, should you come across such rarities, so that when needed, like the imp said to the ballista operator,
How might I serve our mission? Threads I weave and tales I see. All will I tell. She is one whose history is shrouded in darkness. She is more than a woman, though less than a goddess. She knows you. You have wronged her. She is part of the end, though she longs to be part of endlessness. The threads tell me that once, oh, how many eons lie hidden in so small a word? Once, you strode across that hall in shining armor, a sovereign to all who beheld your might. I can clearly read that armies you have led, demons and dragons you have conquered, that you have ascended. But how can this be now that you stand before me a human, a mortal? How far has your soul fled from the being it used to be? New threads, more threads we need.
Let's see. Key, lockpick, or hammer?
Ow.
Oh, I was really hoping to find something better.
A little privacy at last. Out of earshot of that contemptible jester. We can finally speak freely. Where shall we begin? My true name is Nick. In life, I was an entertainer aboard the ship of the famed Pontius Pirate. I once dared to defy him and he savagely beheaded me for the attempt. Little did I know the abuse was only beginning. A wandering sorcerer, mad as the day is long, found my severed head on the beach and resurrected me. I spent months in his company listening to him blather on about his every inane opinion. When I asked him to return my head to my body, it must be in the Black Cove still, he became enraged and tossed my head into the sea. Reginald stumbled upon me some days later and consigned me into his horrid little show. I know not how long I've been entertaining slack-jawed imbeciles at the Sci-Seal Fair. All I know is I just can't take it anymore. That charlatan doesn't have a lick of his own talent, so he begs, borrows and beats it from those of us with a real vision for the stage. What I wouldn't give to give old Reggie a swift kick in the jugglers. Oh, to have legs again. More than anything. But the chances are so slim with the Black Cove utterly infested with Pontius's undead cronies. My poor lost body is among them, sightless and silent in their vile company. For all I know, they're using it as a coat rack. Traveller, if there were any way you would brave the cove's depths and reunite me with myself, you'd be doing me the only kindness I'd have received in as long as my poor memory serves. It won't be the worst.
Seven grant abundance!
here somewhere. I wouldn't want to ruin this particular batch of party elixir with too much wormwood. Now, a tone soothing a corpse's state of mind. Kind of got.
Appears to be locked. The Sicilians retreated from this battle, but what about the orcs?
Either they've taken to the sea, or set up an encampment in yonder caves. Keep your weapon at the ready.
Oh, hello! What have we here? An adventurer, I judge, by the world-weary look of your weapon, and a noble by the wonderfully deep pockets clipped to your belt. What luck! What luck! Charla is my name, good friend. I came to this second life some time ago. Some years? Years it must be. Or perhaps not. In any case, it has been time well spent hunting out magnificent goods and selling them to interested parties. So many wonderful artifacts I've found, so many precious relics I'd be so happy to rehome to a trusted buyer. Have a look by all means. You'll find every make and kind of impressive accessories, but you'll also find certain very rare relics too. You look like just the sort of self-starter to appreciate what I mean. Weapons, 4 of them, that the intrepid adventurer can improve and upgrade as he travels if he finds the right pieces. See them? See them? Judge for you. Goodbye then, good friend. Goodbye. That is, unless you fancy a glance at some of my wonderful goods. That's enough of that now. Well, it's no bone off my nose, Chasm, in any case. Have a look through my wares if you like to find something already wiped clean of orc ooze. My prices won't disappoint.
Woodruff draws your attention and points out several inconspicuous little elevations in the sand. Hidden explosives? Woodruff spotted something.
How many eyes does a bull have?
These footprints are enormous.
Watch out. Orcs that large think with their clubs, not their heads.
Away with your weapons! Away! Leave humble orcs. I don't want to fight. I ain't after no fancy stone. I just want to bury these bodies the traditional way. It's the least I could do for my dear brother Oggy. Oh, he was such a dear lad he was. We wanted to see the world, but we saw next to nothing before he was called to serve the old mother in the afterlife. In our village, oh, poor Oggy will never see her again. Tradition goes that a warrior should be buried with his best armor so he can defend himself in the after. There weren't so many spoils after the battle, but I managed to give old Oggy the best set. A proud send-off for a proud soldier.
At Absolutely not. It isn't worth causing that orc so much grief for little more than some sheets of metal. Pity so becomes you, my dear partner. You become ever more lovely when you take mercy on vulnerable souls.
No, we'll do as I say.
You want the location of Oggy's grave? Now, what use could you have for that, small bones?
Hand me my shovel.
First one to strike gold buys dinner.
Warcraft spotted something.
That pathetic heap of source-addled frogskin thought it could fool us, did it? Old Medora knows for certain that orc would have loved nothing better than to axe you in the back while it cried on your shoulder. Well, I didn't mean to imply that compassion is an unequivocally bad thing, you know. I've yet to meet an orc who'd earned a...
Away with your weapons! Away! Leave humble orc to mourn. Don't play dumb with me, small bones. You know as well as I that your little city here won't be rid of us orcs till my kind gets that fancy schmancy bloodstone you got in yonder cove. In our hometown, we honour the dead by decorating their graves with whatever materials we have. In this case, it's wood. They look rather fetching, don't they? Oh, and why'd you be needing that information, small bones? I suppose you'd help me move the corpse without nicking a thing for you. Haven't you learned your... You hypocrites, liars, fiends!
There is no escaping the spider's kiss.
An invigorating fight that was. And what a killing blow you delivered. No need for false modesty where none is needed. You're a born...
Beyond these walls, the dead roam
The
free,
Legion
Hunter.
stands at the ready. You don't look like you're quite ready to head out. Thank you for heeding my word.
Have you ever had the fortune of challenging the fabled wizard of Hunter's Edge?
Warm as dragon's
Good
breath.
luck out there, Hunter. Evil lurks beyond Sightseal's ramparts. Healing right when we need it.
Feeling trapped?
Without aid, I will expire soon. Beats too slowly to sustain me.
spotted something.
Away with your weapons! In our own town, we honor the dead by their coup. I don't want... Oh, it will sin out their war.
Absolutely not. It isn't pity so becomes you, my dear partner. You become...
All right, we'll do it your way.
Don't think I didn't see your own plight.
You accidentally disturb any graves.
You made a promise to an orc after all.
Rapid fire!
An invigorating fight that was. And what a killing blow you delivered. Ha! Such mindless arrogance. Is it that I should learn from you?
Ha! That pathetic heap of source-addled frogskin thought it could fool us, did it? Old Medora knows for certain that orc would have loved nothing better than to axe you in. Well, I'd agree that most wars aren't a matter of good on one side and evil on the other. I suppose without knowing for sure whether this orc's a sorcerer, it's hard to call. And perhaps...